Gotta figure out how to make that not so harsh. Change. Hello, everyone. Hello and welcome. Time. We're gonna build the Astoroth origin. EO back. Okay. There. Sorry, it was like a minute late. I realized that I should probably go to the bathroom before the stream. Otherwise, you know, I have to get up anyway, so might as well do it first. So I took care of that real quick. Hello, Will. Have instruction manual here. Really like the look of the Astoroth. Surprise, surprise, I like red suit. I really want to talk about the video that I finished editing today, but I can't yet because it's not up yet. I knew this was going to happen, and I kept telling myself, just don't talk about it. Talk about something else. Just don't talk about it. Fine. It was the first thing I decided to talk about. Okay. Got our instructions here. Got all Bruce. As always, YouTube, this is a hobby knife. Just for sake. YouTube, it is very, very safe. Hobby knife. Definitely not unsafe in any. Mostly. Out here. Going the way that it should, like it is. All that plastic up. Now, when it comes to the Astoroth, got some information about the Astoroth origin on my phone. I can give you some of that as we're going here. Because the Astoroth is from a manga, which means I don't know all that much about it. It's from Gecko. That's all stuff you would already know. It's one of the 72 Gundam frames from IBO. Yada. That's the armaments. Special energy transmission mechanic. Unique feature of the Astoroth Gundam frame that allows compressed AHAB particles to be transmitted through the right forearm connector cable to the nanolaminate sword. That's cool. That's cool. You know it from Crossrays? Yeah, that's about as much as I know as well. And let's see, who's the pilot? Being the technical specs here. The designer is Ipe Gyobu, but it doesn't say who the pilot is, which is interesting. I thought for sure that'd be one of the first things they listed off here. Alright, well I guess I'll have to read Gecko. I thought I'd have a lot of cool information to give you. I do not, unfortunately, have a lot of cool information to give you, so we'll just start building it. It's like, I'll be smart and I won't read it ahead of time so that I get to react to it live. And if I'd read even just a little bit of it earlier, I probably wouldn't have even brought it up. This is our A sprue. The instructions, I understand why they're not in color, but It would be nice if... I'm not gonna dock points or anything for that. Just, you know, it would be nice. This particular Astoroth was a gift from very good friends of mine. At least I think we're good friends. They might not say I'm their good friend. That would honestly be fair, but... I like building IBO kits. Maybe it's because they're newer. They've just had more time to get the formula down right, but normally pretty smooth kits to build. Look pretty solid for high grades. I have yet to build an IBO master grade, so I don't know if maybe the master grades are a little worse. Harrow, 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 harrow. Lock on. Lock on. Hello, King. Alright, so...
Do it.
Do it. Eh.
Sickness must be purged!
Sickness indeed must be purged. Turn this light a little bit. Actually see the screen. Alright, well that's a good start, I think. I feel like at some point we're gonna get to the point where I've built all the suits that I have and a bunch of other suits we've bought over the span of the channel. Or just more of its original form. That makes sense. And then I'm gonna have painted just about all the kill teams that we have. Or eventually all of them, I guess. And then who knows what the Friday show will turn into. Maybe I'll just play Zeonic Front for months. Which can disconnect with age or rather becomes looser. Oh, okay. Good to know. All of my current built IBO kits are just on a shelf over there. And by a shelf, I mean the stacks of game shelves. You know. I was thinking about that the other day. Like, what does this stream become once I've built all the Gundams I can afford and painted all the kill teams I can afford? I was like, well, you know, figure out something. We can bring hot seats in or something, you know? We'll start making terrain or who knows? You don't know the pilot because it's the original one? Makes sense. Your new glass display kit, you did not, no. Right, there we go. 20. Buy more kits. I mean, eventually we'll have made all the high grades, and I guess then we'll just be going into master grade in like 6 years. I mean, for what it's worth, if we get the wrong real grade, it'll take months to build it anyway, you know? There's that. Phoenix, perfect grade, gold plated, yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm liking this so far. This is pretty cool. Okay. Also need 21. We know the Astral pilot, but not the origin. Makes sense. I should read Gecko at some point. a lot of things I should read / watch / absorb. I had a bunch of plans today for working on games that I need to review still. Like I was going to put some more time into Hi-Fi Rush, and then I just edited a video for 6 hours today. Witcher Mercury's been so good. Awesome. I have not watched the newest episodes yet. I am planning on watching them either Monday or Tuesday, I believe.
Disappointed!
I know. I'm a bad Gundam fan. I've also got 2 episodes of Kamen Rider Geats to catch up on, and the new Sentai series. I want to make a video on that, but I gotta watch a couple more episodes. The whole team together.
Emotional damage.
Do it tonight. I don't know if tonight's gonna work. I'm sorry, okay? I always plan to do these things, and then it takes me way longer to edit something than I thought it was going to. No, that's right. That's where that was supposed to go. Okay. I did not think I would be editing that video for 6 hours today. But I'm really happy with how it turned out, and hopefully, you know, it does well, I hope. Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. 14. Hurry up, Rundgren! Rundgren's not here. No, I'm excited. I really am excited to watch. May not seem like it, but I am. There's 9. Change it to Trey. No, it's fair. It's fair. I deserve it. Honestly, I'm really excited. Not just for like Witcher Mercury, but like the channel's doing well enough and making our way through Gundam. Just, you know. Never could have asked for things to be like this. And I'm just really happy. Also really confused at how I do this part. There we go. Gundam game day? Yeah. I wish I could get Saturdays free to be able to do it. I work now every Saturday from 2 to whenever we get done. That makes it really tough to stream on Saturday. And I also sometimes work 7 on Saturdays. We're already almost to a sticker. Okay. Like that. Enjoy your dinner, man. But $2,000. We'd be building some perfect grades, all right. I can afford to take more shifts off if we did that, but for sure. That looks pretty cool, actually. I'm digging this. Headpiece. Spots in there. Alright, what sticker do we need? Interesting that they give you the name of the sticker there, but then just give you the number on here. Faces upwards. Dun, 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 dun. Dun. That's not quite centered. All right, there we go. I understand. I know a couple people that are that way. All right. Next is the head. See, I'm just waiting for the 25th when the new Xenoblade stuff comes out. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Temptation. 7. Tears of the Kingdom's pretty big for me. I was waiting for that Vampire Survivors DLC, but that came out already. I guess after that, it's kind of just Armored Core. Most of the stuff that I was excited for this year's already come out. Final Fantasy, I guess. But I'm really sure, and I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy 16 is going to get pushed back. I'm too big a Zelda fan not to be excited for Tears of the Kingdom. Good one, Alon. Yeah, for sure. Just glad you're here. Eyes are going to be a little difficult. Oh, right. We need C17 first. Make a big difference. Bug zappers getting bugs. Not bunny. That was a really dumb joke, but I think we all knew it was coming. Oh, mostly I just have too many games I'm trying to beat right now already to worry too much about new ones coming out that aren't the ones I was already excited for. This not gonna just slot in there? Okay. That was far more difficult to put in there than it should have been. Oh, that's true, the Elden Ring DLC. Cold Steel 4 in January and still not done? Yeah. It's a big game. 140 hours. I don't remember what my final time was, but it was a lot. Because I did all the side content except for fishing. Even though I think Cold Steel Fishing was better, I wanted to see the ending too bad to do all the fishing stuff. And Elden Ring DLC is gonna need to finish that bow-only playthrough before the Elden Ring DLC comes out for the channel. Come on. I had a gut feeling these eyes were going to be difficult. But we got them. Even the big story beats for some friends. Yeah, I understand. Elden Ring is a really good game. I don't think it's hard to say because I think Dark Souls 1 is still like the pinnacle when it comes to design. But Bloodborne is the most fun when it comes to like boss fights. But at the same time, Elden Ring is really, really good and appeals to me personally because of how much it's about exploration, which is what I love Breath of the Wild and hopefully Tears of the Kingdom for. I love being plopped down in a world and just let it go. It's one of my favorite things to do. Oh, that is rough on the end of there. Okay. Why would you do that? Why would you design it like this for me? Like, minute-to-minute gameplay, Elden Ring's the best. There's no question. I don't think all of the bosses are as strong as Bloodborne, and I don't think the actual world design is quite as good as Dark Souls 1, but in every other aspect, Elden Ring stands above. It's very, very good. This really looks like a Transformer's head to me. I don't think I've ever felt that way about a Gundam head before. I don't know if it's maybe just the 3-color design here or the way it's laid out. I don't know. Scale of everything amazing. Yeah. No, it's definitely not empty. There's so much in there. I was watching a video from Zero Lenny the other day, ranking all the dungeons, and he got to a dungeon pretty early on, and I was like, I never did this dungeon. Where was this dungeon? Completely missed it. There was a rock that I didn't find that had a breakable wall, and didn't go there. If I still did the you should watch and then whatever YouTube channel videos, I would 100% do one on Zero Lenny. He's a hilarious guy. But I don't do those videos anymore because everybody I did those videos for wound up being a sex pest. I don't know if somehow I can just pick them, I guess. But that's why those videos stopped coming out. And I don't want that to be true of Zero Lenny. I don't think it is, but I'm not going to make a video on him just in case. How do these... Yeah, for sure. They go like this? Okay, yeah, they do. Face of a lost hand. Like so. That's cool. I'm digging this so far. This is a cool looking suit. He's doing good. We're in Victory now. And the reviews for each show are going to keep coming out on the channel for people that want to see them. I still have to edit the Stardust Memory review and get that uploaded. But we are firmly into Victory now, about 5 episodes in release order. Which means that next is G Gundam, I believe. We're going to be in Victory for a while. Victory is not short. So. I'm actually really excited for Victory because I remember very little of Victory. And the things I remember, I didn't like. I'm hoping that it is different than I remember. Things looking pretty sweet so far. $17. And then after G Gundam is Wing. And after that is Await the Mess Team, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, I don't watch him because of the sexting his fans thing, but also because, like, this is gonna sound really harsh. I don't know that I ever really liked his content. Nothing against the man. People are allowed to make whatever they want to make, but like, I watched it because he was a part of that big network with a bunch of people that I liked. But in hindsight, like, I don't think I actually really enjoyed his content. So even though he came out with all the proof, I just don't have any real reason to watch it myself, you know? Yeah. So, fun story. I used to live without internet because I couldn't afford it, right? But I had a laptop. And so I would go over to my parents' house and I would download with their internet. Yeah, until I talked about it. Yeah. Final Fantasy video. And so, I liked that Final Fantasy. That was a good video in hindsight. That was a good video. So I didn't have any internet, but I had a laptop. So I would go to my parents' house and download YouTube videos using a website called Download YouTube Video so that I could watch them when I was home. And I would also go to the library and do that because I wanted to be able to watch videos, and it super ate my parents' internet. And I didn't tell them that's what I was doing because I didn't want them to tell me I couldn't do it. But they couldn't use the internet at all while I was doing that. And so, yeah, for sure. So, there we go. That's how that works. So, very recently, I found the hard drive where I was downloading all of those. Pretty sure that's supposed to go all the way in, isn't it? Well, I guess not. I guess it's supposed to stick up like that. Okay, that's cool. And, yeah, for sure. And, the stuff that was on it was almost entirely normal boots, Rooster Teeth, and early Game Grumps. Yeah, that's true. Google probably should have at this point, right? And it's really funny to me how much our tastes change over time because I don't watch any of those people now. Like, I find Game Grumps to be legitimately frustrating to try and watch. Whereas Rooster Teeth, you know, has went off the deep end. And so I can't bear to watch them anymore. And then Normal Boots just kind of like everybody went their own way, you know? How many old phones do I have? Not anymore. Any, unfortunately. I had one and I was really excited to use it. I was going to use it for a side camera to have on the streams and stuff, but the battery exploded the first time I turned it on. So, don't have any more. Yeah, Rooster Teeth 2009, 2014, 100%. Peak. Early Achievement Hunter before we found out that, you know, early Funhouse was good stuff. Can't watch any of it anymore. That was another one of those, hey, I recommend these people and you should go check them out. And then, oh, it turns out they've got sex pests in there. Huh. Well then. Like, am I causing it to happen at this point? Where I recommend somebody and then reality rewrites itself so that they're a sex pest? Might be a Septarian. That's true. That's true. Might be. Could I be an Anguis? Will they let me in? That's true. Kevin will take care of me, yeah. No question there. Oh, I love Kevin Graham so much. That, King, you asked me earlier if we were going to have, if there was a game that I was really looking forward to. Trails into Reverie, or Trails from Reverie, that 100% I'm looking forward to. Can't believe it's not out yet. You're back near FedEx. Yeah, for sure. For sure, I get that. I get that. Five and 6. But no, thankfully, I don't think anybody from Normal Boots, like, became a sex pest. Not that I remember anyway, but, I do still watch Brutal Moose every once in a while. Hard drives you haven't used? Yeah, for sure. Really watch a bus ride home? Yeah, things were way easier back then. I used to watch this guy, and I loved watching this guy, named Saran Lionheart. He would do, like, Final Fantasy or Contra, and he would do the funny voices, and I could just, like, kick back and relax. Yeah, that's Brutal Moose is the one doing all the, like, food reviews now. Dude's doing great on his own, and I'm glad for him. Because those are funny videos. Please, universe, don't do anything to Brutal Moose now. And of course, used to watch all the abridged series and everything. And so many episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged on that drive. I think I'm still following Ray from Achievement Hunter on Twitter, but I don't ever watch any of his streams or anything. SAO Bridge is very good. Yeah, I'm sure he has. I'm sure he has. SAO Bridged is great. No, when it comes to creators that I watch now, I have a very different thing that I look for, I guess, out of creators now, which is, what's their content like? What do they make? If they make stuff that's interesting, I'll watch, 100%. I know a lot of people have, like, weird opinions on him, but, Penguin Zero doesn't just tell you the news that he found, but tells you in, like, a very direct sort of way. I'll check his videos out every once in a while. Whereas, like, Young Yeah makes way more informative videos, but his delivery is so dry that I'll watch him when I'm really interested in a subject and I want to know a lot about it. But I don't just... Welcome back, Will. I don't just, like, go watch a bunch of his, even though I think his stuff is really good. Whereas Penguin Zero, I can just have him on in the background while I'm watching something else. I also watch a lot of people that are way more successful than me on YouTube, just to try and glean any tips that I can. Long form or Gundam? That's fair. I've actually been listening to a long form video from Wendigoon on the book Blood Meridian. And then from another one called Rhino something. I had it up earlier, but I closed it for the sake of the stream. Rhino something on Snowpiercer. History Channel itch for the past month. I don't blame you. I don't blame you there at all. Good stuff on history. Hologram makes some good stuff. The Metatron makes some good stuff. I used to watch a lot of Shadiversity, but he yells a lot. And I know I get animated a lot too, but sometimes I don't want to listen to yelling. You know, sometimes I just want to listen to somebody giving me information. I think I put that on backward. Yeah, Eating History is really good. Yeah, he's interesting for sure. I just, you know. And don't get me wrong, I get it. Yelling works on this platform. The louder you are, the more views you seem to get. RRL. I've watched a few episodes of Every Frame of Pause. I got to Every Frame of Pause from Mauler, because I really like Mauler's content. He just puts it out really slow, which I get because it takes a long time. But Mauler's content is like super ideal if I want to have something on in the background while I'm working on something else. Which is kind of a shame to him because he puts so much work into his editing, but like, I got other stuff to do, you know. No offense to the guy, I think he makes really good stuff. I'll leave it on in the background while I'm playing something for review or capturing B-roll, you know. But I'm not able to just pay direct attention to it. But his editing is infinitely better than mine. That's one of the things I was saying earlier about how I try to watch people that are more successful than me. Like I watched Ludwig and I watched Sea-Dog VA, which I've come to find them very funny over time. But at first, I didn't really find them that funny, and I just watched them because they're working. The algorithm works for them, you know? Yeah, Josh Strife Hayes also as well. Yeah, Connor's great. Connor is great. 93%. Oh, 28. I was like, I already have 23. Which one is RLL, Bill? Yeah, Connor's collabs are really good. And he's like a genuinely nice person from what I can tell. He does a lot of stuff for charity. So like, go for it, man. Keep succeeding. I'm glad for you. I also watch a lot of Doug Doug. Doug Doug has just like recently taken the Twitch world by storm. And so I've been watching a lot of him lately. The algorithm really hates Gundam? Yeah. Angry Joe streamed Gundam games and got swept under it? I don't doubt it. Algorithm is not keen on Gundams. I have that upside down. That's why that's not working. Very confused. It's still not quite lining up correct. I didn't realize he'd done that either. Real life loaves? Okay. That one's new to me, Will, but I will take your recommendation. It's probably pretty good. There we go. Four. I'm trying to think of who else I watch. Oh, Real Life Lore. Okay. Casual Geographic is another one for real life. That's cool. I have a very strange relationship with Angry Joe, where there are times that I 100% am on board with Joe, and I have shaken his hand at a convention before. And there are times where I'm just like, okay, Joe. All right. I don't know where you came to that opinion. I'm not gonna knock it. You got there for a reason, but I don't agree. You know? DBO2 PC. Oh, nice. The beta. Yeah, I don't really watch anybody on Twitch. I just watch YouTube uploads of their stuff. Which is, you know, maybe a terrible thing to say as somebody who streams on Twitch, but I guess I should go out and say, if we're talking about YouTubers that I watch a lot, I do watch a lot of Iron Mouse. Trying to think if there's anybody else. Fallout 76, yeah. For sure. I do get it, Blood Alibi, and I agree. Yeah, Joe and I, 100% Game of Thrones. Joe and I, 100%, man. What is going on? I'm with you. Let's go. But I can't remember what game it was that I was just like completely against what he said. It was an RPG, and he doesn't normally cover RPGs all that much. I think it was XCOM 2. XCOM 2 is like it's a really good game that has a couple of really unfortunate problems, and Joe just did not really seem to enjoy it at all. It was either that or XCOM 2016. I used to watch a lot of Jesse Cox. And he hasn't done anything that made me not want to watch him or anything, but this is going to sound terrible. It's not his fault at all. Total Biscuit was my favorite YouTuber, and probably still is. Honestly, the man inspired me to make this my job, you know? Yeah, XCOM 2016. I wouldn't be here today if not for Total Biscuit, you know, for John Bain. But, it's really hard for me now to watch Jesse Cox without the commentary that he and Total Biscuit would do, you know? Yeah, they used to be so good together. The debates on Trash Taste are very funny. I don't watch a lot of Trash Taste, but every once in a while I'll watch one. That's right. We're just going down the old YouTube road. I'm gonna take this chat down the old YouTube road. We're gonna ride till we can't no more. That was terrible, and I'm not gonna apologize, but I probably should. That's true. That's true. They have some very interesting takes on Gundam. I have a weird relationship with the anime man as well. So let's talk about Trash Taste for a second, because I think what they're doing is really cool, and they know what they're doing, right? They are bringing. A lot of times they talk about older anime, right? Adults gaming, yeah. While also talking about the new hotness, right? They keep JoJo alive in a lot of ways, in a lot of discussions. Thank you, Connor. But they have some weird ideas when it comes to mecha anime. And so, look, Gigic, right? I remember when Gigic was a part of a different podcast way back when. And he was in there with, like, Arcada from Glass Reflection, holding reviews. And that was a fun podcast, right? He does love mecha anime. He had some thoughts way back when on Code Geass. And way back when he made the comment that it was just trying to ape off of Ava. Yeah, he did. I'm trying to remember what the name of that was called. I might take a break in here in a second and try to look it up, because I used to listen to that all the time. But he had some spicy takes on Code Geass that I believe he has since, like, walked back. I think the Anime Zone is what his channel used to be called, if memory serves. Okay, let me trim this part, and then I'll look it up. Because I used to be subbed to it on the old RSS feed that we used to use for podcasts all the time. What's it called? Yeah, he did. He did walk those back. It was called Pod Taku. That's right. That's right. Yeah, no, he did walk it back, but that's why I say that I have an interesting relationship with him. Of course, he doesn't know me from Adam, you know, but I was very upset and wrote a piece of fan mail that was worded far stronger than it needed to be. I was much younger then, and I wanted to make sure he understood that they were made by completely different teams and that they weren't just trying to beat each other, you know? And I never got a response to that fan mail. But that's very true. I always imagine that he read that fan mail and didn't respond then. But later on, when he changed his opinion, he completely forgot about that fan mail because why would he remember it? But I, for a little while, was like, he read my letter. He read my letter. It's on the bedside? Yeah. One of these days, we're going to get big enough that they're going to bring me on Trash Taste. And Gigic is going to be like, look, I have your letter right here where you called me the biggest idiot that you've ever heard. And it hurt. Those words were hurtful, and I want you to take them back. Really? Awesome. That's great. Yeah, Double Zeta still has its problems. I don't blame anybody that gives it a 3. I don't think it's that bad, but it's pretty rough. That was way harder to get on there than I thought it was going to be. I'm assuming the other one goes on the other side. But it doesn't look like it does, actually. There's a different thing on there. Okay, we're just going to leave it be for now. Oh, no, it does this, Trey. Come on. Oh, I need to watch that video then. Yeah. Alright, you can't see my face, but... Gigic, if you ever watch this, all bad blood's forgiven. You're a part of the Trails family now. You're there, man. Yeah, GBO2 did. GBO2 got me mad. GBO2 got me mad. I got tilted. I don't get tilted very easily at all, but GBO2 got me mad. Trying to think of any other, like... I used to watch a lot of Arcada, but I don't really anymore. Not because he did anything bad, just because, you know, I kind of fell out of watching him. I'm one of those people that once I kind of stop watching somebody, I don't go back easy. I've got a love-hate relationship with the Rant Cafe podcast, where every now and then they'll do a video and I'm like, yeah, I want to watch this one. I'm there. And I'm watching it. And then about partway through, I'm like, okay, they covered what I wanted to hear. I'm good now, which is not fair to them. They're not doing anything wrong, you know? Yeah, it is hard. It is. I also like Nuxtaku doesn't do anything wrong. Like, it's not like he's done anything to hurt me or anything. I don't hate the guy. Also yells a lot, right? I have destroyed this knuckle trying to trim that up because I was too busy talking and not paying attention. I'll watch his stuff a little bit. I used to watch a lot of Seth the Programmer, not doing that anymore. Yeah, I understand. I used to watch a lot of The Creatures way back when. I don't know if anybody remembers those. That channel, that group. Immortal HD and Putra and all that. Just since we're walking down memory lane. Look, look, this is my opinion on EFAP and why it's different with EFAP. When EFAP yells, Mahler has his setup done up where, and again, kudos to the man, because our setup is not that good. But he has the setup done up where it doesn't sound like anybody's yelling. Like when Rags goes on a tear, it doesn't sound like anybody's yelling, even though you know Rags is yelling. Like the mics aren't peaking. Everything sounds good. Already grabbed 27 minutes. I will for sure, yeah. I'll look up that video. Yeah, Rags is pretty great. I like Rags. I wish he would still make videos. There was a lot of stuff, and from what I hear, Seth came out with proof to disprove a lot of it. But it also seems like he just wasn't like that cool of a guy. I know that sounds really vague, but there's like video footage of him, audio I guess, of him talking bad about Swag Kage and talking about how Swag Kage is just trying to like ride off his coattails and everything. And then within minutes he's in a call with Swag Kage and he's telling him how much he appreciates all he does, and I don't know, that just kind of thing doesn't, for real, right, and cut it in half. Makes it hard for me to watch people, you know? Yeah. Love this game. I used to watch EFAP every time it would come on, whether I'd seen the movie or not. But now I only check in every once in a while when they're covering something that I'm passionate about. I think the last one that I really like just sat down and watched was the one on the guy that made those insane takes about Lord of the Rings. And I couldn't. It physically hurt my soul to listen. Not because EFAP was doing anything wrong. They were doing fine, disproving all that he was saying. But, yeah, no, I get that for sure. It's just, I don't like the idea of somebody being two-faced. And once I know that they are, it's really hard for me to trust anything they say. Like, everybody is two-faced to a point, I guess. But like Seth it was very clear what he was doing, you know. I just couldn't. I can't just watch his content after that. I am glad he disproved all the other stuff, though, apparently, so that's good. I think everybody is to a point, right? But there is also a line, and once you cross it, because we all pretend to be different people depending on who we're talking to, right? That's why we say that people wear masks everywhere they go. Really funny that Trails music is playing during this. Because that is like a core theme of the Trails franchise. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I don't see anything wrong with covering the problems with those movies, because those movies have a lot of problems. And I like Mahler's solo stuff a lot. The reason I found Mahler to begin with is because of his Dark Souls 2 video covering H-Bomber Guy, which is a YouTuber that normally I like to watch his stuff, but his video on Matthew Matosis and Dark Souls 2 is really opinionated, which of course it is, it's his video, but also just is factually incorrect in places. And so watching Mahler's breakdown was absolutely gorgeous. And I've seen people be like, well, you can't be a fan of both. Well, yeah, I mean, everybody makes mistakes. I can be a fan of H-Bomber Guy and also be a fan of Mahler explaining where H-Bomber Guy got it wrong. Whether because of biases or because he got it wrong on purpose, who knows, but... Raging cocaine. Right. Majora's Mask? Yeah, everybody wears masks to a point. Yeah, he does. And when he's... I think what it comes down to... I have this theory on H-Bomber Guy. I got in big trouble when I talked about it on his subreddit, and the post got deleted. But this is my theory. When he's not a fan of something, he's incredibly meticulous, and he will do everything in his power to find the information to disprove the thing. But when he's a fan of something... I believe he gets distracted is maybe the right word by his feelings for the subject, and then his content is not as deep. He's not digging into it trying to find the flaws. He's letting a lot of stuff slide, which is fine. It's his content, you know. But he's letting it slide because he's passionate about the thing and he likes it the way it is, you know. But that's just my opinion. Yeah, the wool comes over his eyes. Yeah. The Salt Factory? I guess I haven't seen that guy. It's hard to be critical of things you like. That's why I make it a habit in my reviews to not really talk about stuff super mechanically. And I mostly just talk about, does it succeed at what it's trying to do? Because I can separate it and say, hey, if it succeeds at what it's trying to do, I can talk about that. If it doesn't, I can talk about that without it changing the fact that I like it. I am a huge EDF fan. Those games are not good by most metrics, right? Like, mechanically, most of those games don't even have a steady frame rate. But I love EDF, and I don't care if it's got a steady frame rate. It's not going to bother me at all. But I'm also not going to blame somebody that talks about how it is, you know? I understand. Yeah, his video on Ruby's really good. Ruby is a subject that I'm very passionate about because I think the idea, the core idea, is really good, but the execution is really bad. And H-Bomber Guy's video on Ruby is very good. I will keep that in mind, King. I also believe, and maybe my perspective is skewed as a content creator, but if I make a video, anyone is allowed to make a response to that video. Anybody's allowed to talk about my video. They're allowed to use my video to talk about it, you know, as long as they show the stuff as facts, they show it fair, they don't try to edit around it to make it seem like I'm saying something I'm not. Go for it, because anything you put online should be able to go under scrutiny. If I got something wrong, show me so I know that I got it wrong. If I didn't and you just disagree with me, that's fine. You don't have to agree, you know? Yeah, I agree, King. If I like it, if it's fun, it's probably good. Which is why I try to avoid the word fun when I'm reviewing something. Because fun is extremely subjective. Let me reword it for me. Yeah. This. There we go. All right. We're doing pretty. Trails to death. Most of your friends who watch you as you're streaming it privately make a lot of the trappings the Cold Steel Arc has. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And for sure, inventory management. There's a whole discussion to be had there, right? Of, I don't mind the narrative pitfalls, as some would call it, that Trails winds up falling into, because at its core, I enjoy it enough that I don't care. Whereas I do care about the narrative pitfalls that, like, The Last Jedi falls into, because I love Star Wars, and I don't enjoy that pitfall. There was an argument made, and EFAP covered it, but there was an argument made at one point that was pretend you enjoy it and see how you feel. And it was laughed off, because of course it was, because that's nonsense, right? But if you really look at that idea for a second, pretend you enjoy something and see if it's real, or see if you like it then, of course you're going to like it then, because you enjoy it now. Like, that's why that idea doesn't work. That's the idea of pretend you enjoy it and see how you feel. Well, if I enjoy it, then I'm probably going to like it. Which is ultimately what it comes down to for me. If I like the twist that something goes with, then I'm not going to be upset about it, you know? Yeah, and exactly, as we talked about earlier, the wool comes over your eyes. You're prone to put up with something even if it doesn't really make sense because you like the thing already. A keen example of that is Gundam and Gundam Unicorn. Yeah, for sure. That did not go on straight. Gundam Unicorn makes one of the cardinal sins of fiction. And it would be really easy to just write it off forever because of it. But I really like what it winds up accomplishing, so I'm not upset with it. Whereas other people don't like what it winds up accomplishing, so for them, it's very frustrating. And I don't blame them, you know? Alright. Those stickers are absolute trash, but they're on there now. So there's that at least. Now we gotta put the stickers on this arm. Positives, yeah. I think there is a little bit of both that people should take in mind, right? You focus on the positives, but you should also point out the negatives and not be afraid to accept them, right? Which is what you've done, King. You haven't tried to defend the negatives and go, well, actually, it's okay because of this. There's a couple people that I follow on Twitter that I really like their opinion on games, except for one specific problem that comes up, because it's a friend group, right, of reviewers. And so anytime that Final Fantasy Origin Strangers of Paradise gets brought up with that group of reviewers, they get into an argument about the loot system. And there are some people in their group that love the loot system, and so they'll forgive any problems it causes. And there are other people that hate the loot system, so they'll ignore any positives that it causes. And it's such a tired thing to watch happen over and over and over again. Because they're not getting anywhere. They're not going to convince each other, you know? And I think that's a thing where you have to be able to admit that, hey, maybe this works super good for me. Maybe it doesn't always work super good for you, you know? And that's okay. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Because I'm not going to sit here and say I don't want people to, like, hunt down my Twitter and see people talking about Strangers of Paradise now. I'm not going to say that there's not times where the group that's defending the loot are not right and going, hey, but you've forgotten this thing that makes it good. Or times where the group that doesn't like the loot and is attacking it goes, hey, but you forgot this that makes it bad. It's super subjective. But the problem comes down to, how do you review that, right? And that's where we get back to, like, I don't always agree with Angry Joe. I don't think we're ever all going to agree with any reviewer all the time. Because how do you review those subjective parts of it? You can't just not talk about the loot system. But do you say that you like it or dislike it? Well, I guess it depends on you, right? Looking through the Twitter. Yeah, for 100%. 100%. I've had a couple times where I've defended a game that was well considered bad because I liked it personally. The big one that comes up every time is that I have defended the durability for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I have defended the weapon durability in that game, and people get so mad at me when I defend the weapon durability in Breath of the Wild. But for me personally, it made me do something that I don't do in video games. In video games, I find a weapon set that I like, and I use that weapon set the entire game through. Yeah, people are really mad about it because it's coming back. In every game I play, I find a weapon I like or a class I like or something like that, and I will use it basically the entire game. Because I like it. Why would I switch off it? Breath of the Wild makes me switch. It makes me play with different weapons that I wouldn't have played with otherwise. And I like that personally. But I also get that a lot of people don't. So I'm not going to tell them they're wrong. But when I reviewed that game, that was one of the things that kept coming up in the comments was, you know, I can't believe he's defending weapon durability. Look at this guy actually defending weapon durability. Like, well, yeah, because for me, it was a good thing. But for you, it's a bad thing. And that's just going to come down to, you know, personal opinion. Yeah, it does. It makes you play around with different weapons that you wouldn't have used otherwise instead of just using the Master Sword all game. But I also understand people that like to hoard stuff. That's tough. I'm one of those people normally. I'm that guy that goes, hey, I have 96 potions. I'm at the final boss. I should probably use a potion. But hey, what if I need one later? You know? What if there's another boss afterwards and I need a potion later? I'm that guy. So I needed something to force me out of my comfort zone, or else I wouldn't have done it. So that's what I really like about that, is that it made me play with different weapons. And now I have all these cool memories of using all these different weapons I wouldn't have used otherwise. Humans being humans, they also take things out of context. Yeah, they probably didn't listen to the whole argument. They heard what they wanted to hear, and then they were done. For sure. Most people don't listen to the whole argument, unfortunately. Alright, we got the arms down. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I am unsure what the purpose of these shoulder blades are, but I feel like there's a purpose for them. Stalker Misery mod. Alright, we're at a little over 70 minutes. We can go and get started on the legs. And then next week, I don't know though. Are we going to have enough time? If we start on the legs now, we got this whole page done. These 2 pages. Start on the legs now. Are we not going to finish it next week? I mean, we'll finish it next week, but are we going to finish it super early next week? We'll go a little bit longer. We're having fun. We'll go a little bit longer. We'll let future Trey worry about that. They Tarkov as well, yeah. Almost SAO game. And yeah, understand they're pretty bad for most people. Yeah. I think as long as you're willing to say, look, for me, this game's great. But the problem that we run into a lot is most people don't say for me because they go, well, if I said it, you should know I'm being subjective. And it's like, well, when you come in and tell me Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is the worst game ever made, I'm not going to assume that you're saying that, and maybe I should, but I'm not going to assume that you're saying that because you just personally feel that way. I'm going to assume you're saying that because you feel that that's the truth, that objectively it's the worst game ever made, you know? Work off so bad. Yeah, I understand. I have not seen the Infinity thing. No, what has he got going on? What is his current thing? I talked earlier about how I try to watch all the big YouTubers, but I have fallen off PewDiePie pretty hard after the whole let's just say bridge thing. Let's go with that. Let's just go with bridge thing. If you know, you know. Gotta build the other one now. But no, that's my automatic assumption when you tell me it's the worst game ever made. Maybe that's on me. Maybe I should be assuming you're saying, in your subjective opinion, it's the worst game ever made. But even if that's what you're saying, I firmly disagree. So, never had a Vita. I understand. I understand. New Gundam Breaker. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, that was one of those games that I was not so kind on in the review. I stand by everything I said in that review. No, I don't really have time to play games the way that I used to. There's a lot more back-end stuff on YouTube side. I know I say it all the time, but then I think people... The servers are still up for New Gundam Breaker? Really? Really? There's a lot more back-end work that goes into running the channel than it seems like. And then editing, recording footage, B-roll, things like that for other videos. But the games that I'm currently working on, in small bursts every time, are Tactics Ogre Reborn, Chained Echoes, Hi-Fi Rush, Octopath Traveler 2, and Pokemon Infinite Fusion. As well as at some point I'd like to, I never did put out a review for Super Robot Wars 30. At some point I'd like to put out a review for that. Turn down servers for Gundam Breaker Mobile. Yeah, I haven't even started that one, man. I understand. Hi-Fi Rush is really good. It's really good. I wasn't kidding when I said it could be Game of the Year. Depends on how well it lands the finale, but... It's very good. Oh, I've really only finished 2 games already this year. One of them's Fire Emblem Engage, and the other one is Vampire Survivors. I finished the DLC. Unlocked everything from there. Only had a liter of coffee. That does remind me, I need to take a drink. Not of coffee. I drank my coffee already, but I have a water over here. I'm trying to be careful so you can't see my knees. My knee is like right here. My knee. Look, this is not an only knees, okay? I used to hate water. I really, truly did. But my wife did something super smart. She got me a Gundam cup to drink out of. I'm not drinking out of it right now. It's in the sink right now waiting to be washed. But only arms? Yeah, that's the only arms. But ever since I got that Gundam cup that's just for water, you put anything else in there, it'll start to stink. Or so I was told. But I've been drinking so much more water because of that Gundam cup. Yeah, super clever. TV3's the best for sure. Gonna plug up a Zeke cam. Well, Zeke doesn't really sleep in here. Maybe once I get the office like done with the renovation. That's another reason that I haven't had a lot of time to play games. Been renovating the office. Maybe once I finish the renovation, there'll be room for him to sleep in here. Then we'll plug up the Zeke cam, because for a little while we had a Laurent cam. I'm sorry, a Rundgren cam. But we also, if they make it, we're getting a puppy. And I've already named him, if he makes it. I've already named him Duke. And then he and Zeke will probably both be in here. Yeah, the cow dog, I don't talk about this all the time, but we have like a full ranch outside. That takes up a lot of time too. But the cow dog had puppies. So if they make it, I have been told I can have 2. Duke of Zeke. And so I got to pick one. And the wife will pick the other. She works a lot, so she probably won't get to spend a lot of time with him. But
We shall
hopefully,
see.
we shall see indeed. How does this work? I am very confused. Shall not pass indeed. What is going on here? Okay, so these pieces go together.
I came to laugh at you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sean. Dog's tummy's making upset sounds. Oh no!
Thank you!
Thank you, Beetle. Hopefully he gets to feeling better soon. Yeah, we've added a few more sound effects.
Good job.
Good job, indeed. Good job. I don't understand how this hooks up. What do you mean?
Wow.
Oh, it doesn't. It's this piece. I'm apparently blind.
Disappointed!
That was fair. I heard that one. Alright, so there's also supposed to be stickers that go on the back of here. Number 8. Thank you. Thank you. I don't think that quite went far enough. It's funny, I've been using this Trails music so much in videos that now I associate it with videos that I've worked on instead of associating it with the game that it came from. I had to look over and be like, which one was this from again? But it was Abin time. What is the worst part of working in a bank? I am curious and all ears, my friend. Dun, 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 dun. That's true. That's when you know. It's coming and start. Yeah. Yeah. I bet that's a problem. I'm not surprised to hear that at all. At all. Assuming this is supposed to come down to lay flat. It doesn't seem like it's gonna right now. Yeah, there it goes. It does. I just was doing it wrong. Check your life moment. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Maybe it's just I'm a different kind of guy than what that takes. But when I was so broke I couldn't afford internet, I was not confident enough to flirt with anybody. I would always be like, what if they want to come back to my house and they find out I can't afford to have internet? Alright, so we got the feet. Chinese. Batman. Dark and Black Season 1 is very good. I do love Hay. He is a pretty good character. I remember when Darker Than Black first came out. November 11th is the best character in Darker Than Black, by the way. I remember when Darker Than Black first came out, and a lot of people were mad because they were like, well, this show has got so much violence, and Hay is not your typical main character. And it's like, bro, the people saying this are the same ones who have, like, Vash the Stampede as their PFP. Like, Trigon is not a non-violent show. What are you talking about? Yeah, I understand. The internet's a wild place now. But it also used to be so weird. Like, now it's just dumb a lot of the time, but like, it used to be normal to hear people say, yeah, Dragon Ball GT was better than Dragon Ball Z. Like, what? What? Yeah, those people should not watch Black Lagoon. That's very true. And I've had people tell me, well, you're just like an old anime fan. You don't like anything new. It's like, yeah, well, I like Demon Slayer a lot, so I don't think you can just toss my opinion aside. But those same people will tell you that Naruto is like the best written anime ever. Like, well, no, that's not true either. The internet is whack, yeah. The bank, I understand. Black Lagoon's pretty good. Rokuro. Revy. It is hilarious to me that I went from not watching any anime for like 6 years to just watching so many anime. I'll have people tell me like, well, you can't really enjoy this many shows. Nobody can enjoy that many shows. You gotta be faking it for some of them. It's like, no, I legitimately like all of them that I'm talking about. Like, you can't just rattle off names. Like, look, my memory may be bad, but when you bring up a show, the book opens in my brain, and I can remember a lot of things about it. Cool anime elitist, for sure. Yeah, I understand. I understand. Bob Samurai? Isekai? Yeah. That's right. That's right. It's limitless. Right. It's funny. I saw DS and immediately read Dark Souls. No, Trey. No. Different thing. A5. Man, I have such a weird relationship with isekai where the ones that I like are absolute trash. And the good ones that people swear by, I just don't really enjoy. But I think I've mentioned this before, I'm 100% like moments-oriented kind of guy. If you have moments that make me love your show, I'm going to like it even when it sucks. Because that moment won me over. I'll recognize that it sucks, but like I love Zero no Tsukaima, the familiar of Zero. That show's terrible, but it has one of my favorite moments in all of anime in it. And so, yeah, I can't bring myself to hate it. Eminence of Darkness is great. Better than average, but there's so many other shows. Yeah, I understand. I am atomic. I did watch that clip. Wanted to bring it all full circle. I think it was on a Gigic video that I watched that clip. Ice and Magic is okay. An alright isekai. But like a lot of people love Rise of the Shield Hero. And it's okay. I don't dislike it or anything. I just don't necessarily really like it either, you know? There's some cool stuff, some cool ideas. But nothing that just like really grabbed me. I'll have to. Gigic was planned from the start. It was always going to come back up Gigic. What does this mean? Oh, I see. Okay. Secretly Gigic's editor? No, Gigic's editor is way better than my current skills. I put so much work into the video that's going to go up Monday, and the edit is still just like subpar compared to where I want to be. Yeah. Yeah, it has some really cool ideas. I just don't think that it necessarily really rises above those ideas in the way that I would like it to. Trying to think if there's any isekai that I just love. I guess I really like Konosuba. I like season 1 way more than season 2. Yeah, this is from Sunshine. I really do like Konosuba. I think a lot of that is the music, if I'm to be honest. But I like that the characters are just unapologetically bad people. Yeah, the manga is what I started with as well, and instead of the anime for me, and I don't know, I just fell off it. I know a lot of people love it. Nothing against it, just... Oh, I remember an isekai I really like. This is absolutely cheating, but I don't care. I looked up to the camera that's not there to give a smug look. Dunbine, or a Battler Dunbine is my favorite isekai. Hands down. Orgus is also a pretty good isekai. Dunbine, you're a shooter. Dunbine, attack, attack, attack. Oragase unshi. Saw it in spirit. There you go. I dropped ReZero. Maybe I needed to give it more time, but I dropped it. And so maybe I just need to give it another chance. But I dropped it after 3 episodes. Bum 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 bum. I used to have a rule that I would never drop an anime, and if I started watching it, I had to finish it. But there was a certain anime that ruined that for me. Quick, go tell Twitter. And that was an anime called Seto no Hanayome. My Bride is a Mermaid. Okay. Maybe I'll need to give it a shot. Maybe I need to give it a shot. But My Bride is a Mermaid is probably the worst show that I have ever seen. And it was the very first anime that I dropped. I watched terrible anime all the way through because I refused to drop a show. I wanted it to be on record. I used my anime list a lot back then, and I wanted it to be on record that I had never dropped a show. And I couldn't do it with My Bride is a Mermaid. It broke me. It broke me as a human being. Oh yeah, this track is top tier. Dun, 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 dun. You're almost there. You can do it, Blood Alibi. I believe in you. And if you ask me today what was so, like, egregious about Seto no Hanayome, it was every trope. The basic plot is that the main character is rescued by a mermaid, and she reveals to him that she's a mermaid. Noblesse, I understand. She reveals to him that she's a mermaid, and because she reveals to him that she's a mermaid from the Ryugu Kingdom, there's like a whole rule they have that if she goes back home, she's gonna die. Because she revealed herself to him, and he'll tell people unless he marries her, and then she won't have to die. Because then he'll keep the secret because he'll be part of the family. But there's other people, fish people, that are upset that this guy saw her. And so they want to break up the marriage and kill the guy. Even though if they do that, she has to die. That's already been set up that she dies unless they get married. That's just the way it is. So, like, why are they trying to stop the marriage? Even if it's going to kill her. That doesn't make any sense. And so then you have... I'm thinking so hard about this that I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing, trying to put these parts on. You have the main character's best friend, who is a monkey man named Saru, because they're just trying to do the joke from Ice Shield 21 again, but it's made by a different person, and Monta's an actual character, and Saru's not. And so you have that going on, and as if all that wasn't bad enough, the guy that wants to marry her is a shark man, and she's, like, afraid of sharks. Like the one from her home that wants to marry her. And so it's just, it's so nonsensical. Anime Desperate Housewives Fish Edition Boogaloo. Yeah, pretty much. What am I doing wrong here? That was a lot. Yeah. Yeah. But it was the first anime I ever dropped. I don't regret it. To this day, I don't regret it. It was actually like a tough decision for me to make at the time, but not anymore. I grabbed the wrong part. No, I didn't. All the bangers. We should do a thing where I go back and try to watch it again and make a video on it. But I'll do it smart. I won't say what the name of the anime is in the title. It'll just be the first anime I ever dropped. And we'll see if people will just flock to it thinking it's going to be something like contradictory or controversial when it's not. It's a show they've never heard of before. What do you mean put these here? They don't fit. I don't understand. What do you mean? What do you mean? Another new Gundam retrospective? I don't think so. I think I'd rather watch Seto no Hanayome again. Okay, so that one fit. No, it goes, what? It's supposed to clamp down on that. This is all the way down, right? It doesn't feel like this is all the way down. Gundam Breaker series retrospective? That's not a bad idea, though, honestly. I should probably finish the Mega Man series retrospective that I started and never finished from years ago, though. Okay. That goes here. Doesn't go all the way flush, though. What do you mean? Okay. It just wasn't clamped in all the way. Don't forget to have all the tags. Yeah, for sure. That fit on immediately so much better. There we go. That's more like it. All right, we're going to finish this leg, and then we should probably call it. We're going to finish this leg. Robot retrospective Breaker no Gundam. Yeah. There's a part of me that wants to try and finish both legs, but I don't think that's going to happen, and then we still got to build the weapons. So, we're not going to try and do this all in one stream. We will finish this puppy next week. Not next week. 2 weeks from now. Next week we'll be painting Eldari Corsairs in Captain Harlock colors in honor of Leiji Matsumoto. This is a big old burly leg. There's no waist to put it on yet, so we will still have the waist too. But I'm excited. This guy's looking cool. Not too bad for a start tonight, I don't think. That seems like that might not be the right thing to do there, just saying. But no, next 2 weeks from now, we'll finish the other half, the other leg, and that'll get us into the waist. And then from there, we'll get into the weapons and the posing. And, oh, that's cool. And then we'll do the review. So, yeah, thanks for coming out, everybody. Been a really fun stream. The scene counts it every week, but they had to add. Oh no! I mean, I guess if you're having a good time, right? Monday we'll be back with MO Mondays. We're going through Region for Lotro, and then Tuesday we'll be back with a regular podcast. Wednesday we'll be back with Rundgren's assignment, whatever he winds up playing that gets voted on Tuesday night. Thursday we'll have the TTRPG podcast. We're looking at Japanese mythology. And Friday, we'll be painting Eldari Corsairs. But until next time, thanks everybody for coming out. Had a lot of fun. And I've been Trey. This has been the Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the Full Spectrum that the Astoroth origin has to offer.